not too hard on Truc. Truc hits the biggest curve of my life, personally. I never heard it hit a curve like that. Hey guys, it's your host Alexis.
And your co-host Truc.
Sit back and relax because you're
In good company.
Oh my goodness, can I just say I'm so excited right now?
Yes, oh my gosh.
This is officially our first episode of the summer.
Woo.
And for this episode, we're talking about the romanticization of summer because I think we all do it, honestly.
Oh yeah. I feel like
Go, girl.
100%. I feel like because it's summer, people are like, we have all this free time to do whatever we want, and we're all daydreaming.
Absolutely. And then next thing you know, it's the end of August or the beginning of September, and you're like,
What the heck did I do?
I did nothing. Or whatever you did just feels underwhelming compared to what you imagined you were going to be doing at the beginning of the summer. I almost feel like most of the time, the idea of summer is more exciting than summer itself.
Oh, 100%. Especially because I know a lot of people work during the summer, so there isn't much to talk about at the end of summer.
I think that's actually pretty funny because, surprise, surprise, this is my first, summer working a job, for the whole summer. So I've never experienced something like this, and I'm like, okay, it feels like summer, but it doesn't.
Ooh, okay, I have a question for you. How did your summers feel before you started working?
I think the biggest difference was I had a lot more free time, but I didn't necessarily have more places to go to because I didn't have a car, right? I didn't have a license, so I was kind of bound to my parents' schedule of when they could take me out. So it was mostly weekend or maybe Fridays were really exciting, but beyond that, it was a lot of okay, I'm at home, okay, I'm going on walks, I'm walking to the neighborhood pool. It wasn't really giving that much.
Yeah, no, same. I think back in middle school when I had the same situation as you where my parents were working all week and I didn't really have a car or a license. I would just be at home doing little things.
Trying to find ways to keep yourself busy.
Yeah.
That is the epitome of my previous summers.
Yep.
So, True, what is it like, though, having a car and be able to go places throughout the summer?
Okay, I just want to recognize the privilege of having a car. It is very nice, and I'm very grateful that my parents were like, okay, you can drive now. Here's your mom's old car. So I'm really grateful for that. But I just be going out. For example, today, nobody's at home right now, and we're filming.
Quite literally, she pulled up and was able to because of her car. So shout out.
Shout out to my parents.
Shout out to her car.
Yes.
And yeah, I just feel like that definitely does change how your summer goes.
Oh, 100%.
Because you're able to be like, I want to go somewhere. Okay, I'm going to go.
Yeah, literally.
Yeah. Also, you have more freedom throughout the week if you want to do something after, besides working, because that also does limit you.
It's actually kind of funny because I think last summer I worked 6 days a week, possibly. I don't remember exactly. I just remember working a lot last summer and I didn't do much. But I don't think I do much on the weekdays where I do work, mainly because I'm such a workaholic, and I have this mindset of not being in traffic. So I would go to work late and then leave work late. So there's no other plans because everything's closed when I leave.
I know. I think it's pretty funny because before I started a job, I was like, oh, I would definitely go out after work. I'm so tired after work.
Yes.
I'm so tired all the time. I'm like, I don't think I'm built for this.
No.
But I feel like a lot of people just have to you just gotta accept it. If you want money, you just have to accept this is just kind of how it works unless you're able to utilize other tools and you're like, I'm gonna make a video once a month and I'm gonna get paid.
Yeah, I feel like there a lot of planning and effort goes into how you want to exist in life. And if you are determined to have a really fun summer, I fully believe that you can if you put in the effort.
I know the biggest thing for me is actually people used to do summer bucket lists. Did you ever do that?
So I've never had a summer bucket list, but I definitely seen people talk about it on YouTube and everything.
I feel like I've seen it so much. I never really committed to one. I kind of would write down certain things I wanted to do, but it wasn't a full on I'm gonna get together with my friends and we're making a list. And I think that's a really cute idea actually.
I think it's also really cute. Here's the thing, I'm really bad at making plans over the summer, mainly because I've been working for the past 2 years. So I just work, and people are like, "So when are you free?" And I'm like, "I'm free on this date and this date only." They're like, "I'm not." So it just never works out.
I'm speaking from a friend perspective. She can be hard to get a hold of. Truc's just like she's in her bag. She's in her grown-up job. I can't even blame her. But you make time, so
I
I
do.
appreciate it. I
We're here
appreciate
today,
it.
and we're gonna be here for the next couple of weeks.
Exactly, exactly. Now, okay, jumping topics just a bit. I do want to talk about how over this summer you have all these like expectations, all these plans, and in the summer it doesn't really happen. Do you find yourself comparing your summer to other people's?
Oh, 100%. Especially whenever I have downtime, I am on social media because there isn't really anything else to do. I mean, there are hobbies that I could be doing, but I'm tired after work, you know? I During my downtime, I am on social media and I see people posting, "Oh, their friend group just went out," or they just went to another country with their parents, and I'm like, "Wow, I could be there, but I'm not."
No, literally. Like, there's some people that I don't really keep in touch with as well. Like, after high school, you just kind of lose touch with some
Oh
people,
yeah.
right? But there's this girl, and I saw her Instagram the other day, and she was literally like in Japan, and I'm like, oh my gosh,
Oh my
like,
gosh. Yo, this is so off topic, but so many, I don't know if you noticed this, but a lot of my friends are like in Asia this year. We have people in Korea, Japan, and Vietnam. And also the Philippines. Everybody's everywhere.
stop, because my friend actually went to Philippines, and next thing I know, he's in Hawaii. I'm like, I don't want to be working right now. I want to be living your
I
life.
want to be traveling.
It's actually crazy. I don't know. It does push me to want to like actually travel though. I'm not gonna lie. So I feel like on one side I'm like, dang, I'm missing out. On the other side I'm like, nah, you're gonna have your time. You're gonna have your time.
I feel like everybody's on their own timeline. So instead of comparing, I feel like we gotta live in our own little thing and work towards your goals.
Right. And I also feel like when I do have like really good days throughout the summer, just to really hold on to those.
Yes.
Like every day doesn't have to be some grand adventure. It's not Phineas and Ferb.
It's not. It's not
Phineas and Ferb, y'all. But you can still like just have moments.
Yeah, I think that's one of the reasons why I really love taking photos because it's something that you can look back on. I don't know if you have this, but I have like a secret Instagram account with only me, and I just be posting like every single picture there, and I scroll back every once in a while.
Not gonna lie, that's kind of just my normal Instagram because it is private. I just take like my best moments, but I really do love that. I feel like Instagram is nice in the sense if you're not always judging yourself and others, you can. For me, it's like I'm posting my highlights.
Yeah.
Like, and I feel like everybody is, right? So that's when you compare your highlights. When I look at my Instagram, I'm like, dang, she living the good life.
Yeah.
That's literally me.
I think, it's just so nice to curate something that looks so pretty and like aesthetic to look at. And I totally get it.
No, I know some people are like, I just want to live in the moment. And I like to each their own. I feel that. Sometimes that's me, but other times I'm like, I want to take a photo. I want to take a video.
They're so cute. Just little pictures.
I love looking back on it because for me, not that the moment's ever forgettable if I don't document it, but it's harder to hold on to.
I agree.
At times. Like,
there are moments in my life where I hold dearly to my heart, but I don't think about it as often because I got things in my life that are going on. So whenever I'm kind of bored and I'm looking through my old photo albums, I'm like, oh my gosh, I remember this happening, and it makes me happy.
I agree. I actually feel like we're really similar in that way because some people do it, some people don't. But if it works for you, it really works.
Yes.
And like speaking of like just summer in general, which has been the whole episode.
Yes.
I want to talk about like specifically outside of like the media, but I guess it's still the media, like TV shows, movies. Because I know I brought up Phineas and Ferb, and the whole premise of that show was like live it up every single day. Like you only have so many days of summer, which like I like that premise. But also another show we were recently just talking about is The Summer I Turned Pretty. So you are not as familiar with it.
The only thing I know about it is from like random TikTok edits that show up on my For You page and the title. That's all I know.
Oh my goodness. So have you seen like the edits of the two brothers? Like do you have this like Team Jeremiah or Team Conrad? Do you care?
No, I don't know about these characters, but
oh my
I have
goodness.
seen those edits of the brothers.
Okay, so backstory for me. I'm a reader, so I read the books like probably middle school, and I actually recently reread them because I finally watched season 1 of the show. It's been out for ages. Season 2 is like airing right now. And one thing I will say about the series is it definitely made me want to go to a beach house. For what? Listen, the beach is great. but I've never been overly obsessed with the beach. But after watching that show, I said, I just need to go to beach house. I just need to be around hot guys. Like, that's not the energy this summer is giving at all. But I don't know. I feel like it put those ideas in my head. It wasn't even something I thought I really wanted.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden I did.
Yeah.
And I feel like that happens all the time. There's like, I mean, you already know that the media you consume can completely affect your thoughts and your perspective on things.
100%.
And sometimes it just makes you feel like you're not doing enough.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. I don't know. So you mentioning like a summer beach house made me remember, like, is it a trope for people to go to a summer beach house? Because I've also seen like separate summer movies where they go to the summer beach house.
I feel like it kind of is. This idea of like a beach house and like getting your ice cream and going to the beach and being around your friends. Like, I know, kind of on the same topic, but switching just a little bit. My senior year of high school was COVID, so it was a mess. But what usually happens at this beach week, and I don't know if your high school did this.
Yes.
Okay, they did. And the whole thing is like, you go up with your friends, you go to the beach. And I remember I found out about this freshman year, and I was geeked. I was like, oh my gosh, like beach week.
Yeah.
I've never gone. I never went. I still want to do it. And we have a group chat with us and some other people. We've been trying to get to the beach. I don't think that's going to happen this summer.
I don't think so either.
But if it did, that'd be incredible.
Maybe when we graduate next summer.
That's crazy. Bye. But anyway, just like the beach. I feel like the beach, I just associate that with summer.
Oh, 100%.
Always.
You don't go to the beach in the winter. So I really, oh my gosh, okay, a little bit of a side tangent. I was watching this like movie that was based, I think, in Latvia or somewhere during the wars. Guys, I don't know anything about history. I'm so whack at it. But there was like this revolution with the people, and I watched this movie from the perspective of like this photographer, and him and his girlfriend, it was literally in winter, and they went to the beach, and they were just standing there in the water. And I've never side-eyed a moment so much, because I'm like, what the fuck are y'all doing?
That doesn't even make sense.
It
Like,
doesn't. They
get
tried
out of
to
there.
be artistic in the
Bye.
story. But, you know, I get it. I see the concept, but the execution was kind of
That's
funny.
hilarious.
It was funny.
Though, I want to say one thing. Like, speaking of just like summer and like shows and the media we watch, one thing that almost always bummed me out. My gosh,
You're good.
was that, and I did talk to you about this, is how there's a certain brand of summer that I feel like is really pushed, like, often, right? You go on Pinterest, you go on social media, you watch movies, and it's usually, I have to say, it's usually like you're not seeing a lot of minorities in these roles or like on social media. And like, I know that's not the reality. Like, obviously they're going and doing fun things, but I wish so bad there was like a fun summer movie about just like someone who looked like me. Like, I feel like a lot of people want that.
I think so too. I think representation in the media is super important, especially if we know how much media affects our perception on like life and our expectations of the world. So any cute summer movies, if you guys have recommendations with people of color, just put it down in the comments.
Yes, please. I was just about to say that. Like, I want to watch one so bad, TV show, book. I don't care. Drop it. Just please do. And then also, like, okay, tell me this. Do you kind of associate summer with being like spontaneous?
Yes, 100%. Because for me, there is no schedule in summer, right? We're so used to daily, you go to school, you go home, and you do your certain activities, and that's the schedule throughout the entire school year. Once summer hits, it's just like, oh, like this schedule is all up to you. And I try to make plans and go to them, but like I think I crave spontaneity because my normal life is so regimented.
Oh my goodness, I definitely feel that. Though I have to say, with a job, I feel like there's a new schedule that I now have in place that's different than like a school year schedule. And it's not that it doesn't feel like summer, but there just feels like there's a bit less freedom because I know I have to be somewhere from this time to this time, and after that I have to do this or I have to prepare for like the next day. So I feel like depending on your job throughout the summer, if you do have one, it can take away a bit of being like, oh my goodness, I'm just gonna wake up and eat ice cream for breakfast. Like, no, I'm not doing that. Or I just want to drive to the beach today. Like, that's not an option unless you're like, I'm just gonna skip work, which
Which, come on, y'all, let's be responsible here.
You know what? You need to take a day off. Take the day, but
You're right about that.
but at the same time, I was like, oh, I'm really happy to have this job because like this is a whole new experience. But part of me feels bummed out that I can't go and do certain things just because like I made a commitment, you know?
Yeah. No, actually, so my mom's trying to plan some vacations right now, and it's very common for her to like plan last minute. So I'm trying to organize both the vacation and my work, but because I work in healthcare, I already have people scheduled that I have to, like, patients that I have to see. I can't just like dip out on them. So I'm like trying to rearrange everything, but I totally get what you're saying.
Yeah, it can definitely be difficult to navigate both, but I do feel like you got to find a work-life balance for sure, and especially throughout the summer because you want to have I'm taking a break because I feel like summer is about like get your bag or do an internship, build yourself up, but also remember that it's time to a de-stressor because basically unless you're a teacher you don't have the summer off after you graduate, which is something that is sucks. I hate thinking about that actually.
Yeah. I actually wanted to bring that up as well because I think as an adult, the concept of summer doesn't really exist, especially if you don't have children, right? There is no like segmented break that is for summer. Your office just gives you like paid time off and you get to pick when that is. So if you're a workaholic like me, there is no summer.
I think that really, really does bum me out. And I think about that the older I get, and I'm like, wow, like this might be one of my last summers. Just because next summer I could have like a really important internship, but then like I'm busy with that, or the summer after that. Yeah, let's just wait for that to clear.
I hope they're safe though.
Right, like I hope they're good. I hope they're good. It's not the same. And I'm like, maybe I should become a teacher just so I can have summer. Like,
no, teachers don't get paid enough.
I know they don't.
They've been working through the summer.
Shout out to teachers. You guys deserve a lot better. A lot better. But I think that's also why I really like the idea of somehow finessing a job where I kind of choose my own schedule.
Yes.
And more people are getting to a point where they can do that. So that's a goal for sure.
I think because of COVID, there's such a huge push for people who want to work from home, who want to have their own schedule and the flexibility. I think, so yeah, any company that can offer that flexibility, a lot of people will flock towards. And like, it will become the norm as more people expect it of the big chairs, big wigs.
Wait, speaking of summer, I do want to tell you guys what actually inspired this whole episode.
Yes.
It was last Friday.
Yes, last Friday.
And bless Truc's heart, she picked me up from work, and we're like, OMG, we're going to go, and we're going to have a good little time, right? It didn't go well. And I'll just tell you why. Actually, we did have a good time, but not the
fun time,
not the time we were expecting.
Yeah,
so
unplanned fun
right.
time.
So in the city where we live, very like close to our city, they do these like museums, and they set them up, and they'll have food, and it's like a big party kind of. And we were so excited to go. I know I've been wanting to go.
Yeah, we were both like, let's dress up and get there. We got tickets in advance. We saw the event on Instagram, and we were like, let's go.
Right. So we get there, and first it's bad because we are driving into the city, and we're at like a stoplight, and this guy goes and he's standing right in front of Truc's car.
He actually ran in front of our car actually because he was just already in the middle of the highway, and the light was yellow and it was turning red, so I was slowing down, thank goodness, but he ran right in front of our car and was like,
so then we're like, okay, what the heck is going on? This man decides to looks
crouch down, and he's like feeling all up on my car, and he's like touching this and that, and I was like, what is going on? And I was like kind of nervous to like beep the horn. But I was like, beep beep. He made direct eye contact with me, and he just looked, his eyes were so clueless, and he just went back down, and I was like,
nah, it was scary. I should have put it on my phone and recorded, but
we were both
like,
stressed.
No, and also like I didn't want to further escalate the situation, even though I definitely should have just been like, I got you in 4K. So after he's like crouching down and he looks like, to me, I was like, he's putting a tracker on us. I was convinced that this man was doing that. He goes to the back of the car, right? We can't really see what's going on. We're still stuck at this freaking red light. So we are not going anywhere. Finally, he leaves. We turn. And I swear, it was a few minutes later. I'm not too hard on Truc. Truc hits the biggest curve of my life personally. I never heard a kid occur like that. I said, girl, I bet you got the tracker off. And I'm convinced she did. Because after that, we finally find somewhere to park. We're like, let's walk to the event. Mind you, we're seeing, like, it looks like it's going to rain. But I'm like, oh, we're going to be fine. Like, it was like a 40% chance of rain. So I was convinced.
Bro, when you said there was a 40% of rain, I looked at you sideways and I was like, a 40% chance is a pretty big percentage. So
I was like, it's fine.
We left the parking lot and we were like 3 minutes out, and then I was like, should we get an umbrella? And Alexis was like, I don't think we need it.
And we had to go back to the parking garage. I was like, okay, it's fine. Well, I was like, better safe than sorry. I was like, but I was like, we could have our little our little like summer like rain summer moment. We could be dancing in the rain. I thought it was gonna be cute, y'all. I thought it was gonna be cute. So after that, we're walking. It starts to drizzle a little bit. I'm like, I guess
that was fine.
Good, we have the umbrella. We finally get in line. It gets a little bit harder. I'm like, nah, it's cool. We're taking photos. We look good. We're feeling good. It gets worse and worse. And I'm like, okay, they need to let us in already.
Yeah, the line was pretty long, but it moved pretty quickly, thank goodness, because we were at the end of the line, and by the time it got hard, we were actually by the tent. So I was really grateful that we were there.
So we finally get up to the front. Truc scans the tickets. The tickets are expired.
Yeah, I don't know what is going on, but the guy scanned the ticket, and he was like, and I was like, he was like, it's okay.
You know he felt bad for us. Like, it was pouring, raining. Also, literally, someone I went to high school with, like, shout out to you, girl, was like, oh my G, Alexis? And I'm like, oh my God. Hey, girl. So that was actually really fun. I think that made it more worth it for me. So anyway, after that, we are huddled underneath. We're trying to get in. It's getting worse and worse. The guy right behind us was like, yeah, it's not that bad. I don't know why they doing this. Like, trust? He didn't talk like that, y'all. He didn't talk like that at all, but he was very much giving delusional.
He was on his phone, probably talking to his girlfriend or something.
Or like friends inside. I think they were inside.
Oh, really? Okay. But he was like, yeah, it's not that bad. Like, I'll be in there soon. Like, just wait for me. I'll be there. And I'm like,
trust. They overreacting, y'all. And I wanted to be as delusional as him. And I was looking at him like, it's not looking good for you. Mind you, this event is outside. People are having picnics. It's an inside part, but it's an outside part too.
It's like a gated garden.
Right,
party.
And they had music. The vibes were so good.
The music was really nice, actually. Alexis and I were outside in line. We're like, we can vibe with this.
Mind you, we also came hungry because we thought we were going to eat. We came hungry.
We did come hungry. I don't think I ate lunch that day. So I was like, I only got breakfast in my body. I skipped lunch and I went straight to Alexis's workplace.
Okay, so after that, I tried to get us in, and the guy, the security guard's like, we ain't letting nobody in. Everybody's getting out. I'm like, bro, what? So I see people saying that. I'm like, what are y'all doing? They said, we just trying to get out the rain. We should have stayed with them.
We should.
We should have.
But my bright ass was like, let's try to find another museum to go inside. So we have like a whole building surrounding us. The walk was 7 minutes long. We left the tent and we started walking. The rain starts pouring. Literally the moment we got outside, the rain started pouring. And we're like, what is going on? And our umbrella is like hanging on for dear life.
Y'all, it was so bad. If I had $1 for every time I said, oh my God, we would have had enough to pay for our meal.
Okay. Oh my God. Yes. And you can just see what we've been through. My dress is soaked to the bone. It's my first time wearing it. We didn't go to the event because they didn't let us in. Oh my God. Wait. Turn the camera. We're cropped. Oh my God, look at us. We're getting to the science section. What the fuck? Get up.
Only 350 feet. The destination is on your right.
Oh.
So finally, I'm like, let's just go back to the car. Like, this is a mess. And I'm like, how far away is the car? Truth's gonna turn to me. 7 minutes, 10 minutes. I don't even know what you said. It was too long.
So if we went from the event to my car, that'd be 7 minutes. If we went to the event to the museum, that's another 7 minutes, the opposite direction. Since we went towards the museum for like 3-ish minutes, we had to walk like 10 minutes back to the car.
It was so bad. So then, mind you, my dress is long. I'm trying to keep my dress from getting wet. We're holding the umbrella. We got our bags. It's just a lot. If my camera gets wet, it's done for. So I'm stressed out, right?
So I had like a little felt bag, not felt, but it was like fabric, and I knew it was gonna soak in all of the water. And I had my mom's portable charger in there. My phone was in there. I think those two were the only electronic things besides like my car key. And I was like, shit, the bag, it's soaked. And we're walking around. The wind is like pushing us in every which way.
Wait, okay, because the wind was actually insane.
It was
so
so
that
bad.
it broke Truc's umbrella. Her mama's umbrella is gone. Did you ever fix it?
It's in the car. I didn't actually look at it afterwards.
Oh my goodness. Anyway, it was a hot mess. It was going every which way. So finally, I give up. My dress is soaked. Truc's socks and tennis shoes were soaked. Y'all, it was so deep. Like, the water was to our ankles. It was nasty.
It was a flash flood.
It's a city, y'all. So you know that water was dirty. It was warm. It was funky. Oh my goodness. So finally we get to the car, right? We're in the car. And our fabric is not good fabric for like wringing out, so it's not really. You had like a knit dress on.
I had a knit dress,
and
yeah.
I don't know what the fabric was for mine, but it was not giving cute dress. But
Yeah.
I should have had spandex on. Like,
yeah.
we finally get to the car. We're trying our best. I'm like, Truc, do you have a towel? She has this little handheld towel. Yeah, that's not gonna do much. She's like, I got some paper napkins. Not even the ones that absorb water, y'all. Like,
Look, they're for food and for other consumables. They're not for water.
so I'm like, we didn't even get our photos. Like, I'm feeling some type of way. I'm like, do I change back into my work uniform? It's sweaty. It's gross. I'm not trying to do all that. So anyway, we end up trying to dry off with paper napkins. I have clips. I might insert them because it was a mess. After that, Truc, your socks and your shoes, they literally had debris and dirt in them.
Yes, bro, there was a puddle inside my sneakers, and I didn't know what to do with them. I just took off my socks, I took off my shoes, and I was just there in my car, just floating.
And the worst part is, they weren't even her sneakers. They were her sister's. Bless her soul. Did she ever find out?
Yeah, I told her immediately. I'm like, girl, I did something to your sneakers. But I came home that night and we washed the sneakers, so everything's good now. So,
That's good.
a good ending to the story.
Yes. At least for the sneakers.
For the sneakers. We have more for this story, actually.
Oh my goodness. So it keeps going. So then we're like, we just want food. Like, what is going on? She's like, should we stay in the city? I'm like, please, I'm done with this city. I'm done.
Yo, no, because we drove all the way there, and I was like, oh, the sun's back out. Like, should we just start walking around? Because I was like, I didn't want to waste the day in the city, but Alexis, she was done. So we were like, let's go somewhere we've been before that we know is good.
Yeah, right. Get some food from there. Mind you, Truc was a hot mess because baby girl, she can't swallow pills. So she's like, I need what was it, aspirin?
No, it was Tylenol.
it?
It was Tylenol. Tylenol.
She's like, I can't do this. She's shaking. She needs the Tylenol real bad. We don't have scissors. We got nothing to open it. So it's so bad. Finally, we get it open. She chugs that down. She's like, I'm feeling better. She has to drive in my shoes because her shoes are a mess.
Yes, thank you, Alexis.
Yes.
I appreciate you.
Of course. I sat on my work shirt because I didn't want to get hurt. Mind you, it's cloth seats. It's cloth seats, y'all.
Yeah.
So, and all I can say, like, the feeling of just being damp, that's all we felt, like, just dampness.
Damp in a car was so bad. And we tried using the heat to, like, dry off, and then we tried using the AC because the heater got really hot. We switched to the AC. Is it raining?
No.
Okay. We tried using the AC. We were switching the temperatures every, like, couple of, like, 20-ish minutes. Yeah, it was kind of a mess.
Nothing really worked. I'm not going to lie. Like, I felt like mildew. I felt like I could grow mildew.
It smelled like crap in the car because it was so wet, and I hated it.
It was so bad.
Trust. The moment I went home that day, I aired out my car and everything.
Also, don't worry, guys. Back to, like, the creepy guy. We searched the car multiple times everywhere because, like, we don't play that.
Every time we parked, we searched.
Every time, because nah. Anyway, back to the mildew story. It was just gross. So finally, I'm like, is it giving breakfast for dinner? It was.
It was.
And that's exactly
100%.
what we did. Shout out to Alyssa.
Shout out to Alyssa. We're counting that out.
Yes, you were so incredibly sweet. It really did help make our day so much better.
She took our pictures. She gave us free food.
Like, it was dope, y'all. She was, shout out to her.
We're coming back for her.
No,
for
truly.
Her only.
100%. And we basically ended up bonding with her over my camera, funny enough, because she got one too. We were talking. I was telling her this story. Truc was telling her this story.
Yeah.
We were showing her videos, photos. It was like an old friend. Like,
yeah, no, we had so much fun. I think we were talking like for a
good minute.
Like,
We were talking for a good minute. It was like basically empty. So don't get on Alyssa.
Yeah.
Please don't. She did her job perfectly.
It was late at night. It
Yeah.
was very close to
Yes,
closing,
very
and
close.
we came in wet.
Yeah, we did. Damp, actually.
Damn.
Oh, it was a mess. We went to the bathroom. We tried our best. Mind you, I went to use the bathroom, and I don't know what was wrong with that toilet. And Truc was like, girl, you're good.
Look, when Alexis flushed the toilet, it kept on flushing and flushing and flushing. And I'm there washing my hands, and the only thing I hear is the flushing toilet. I'm like, Alexis, you good?
Like, girl, you had to go. But no, that basically wraps up our story, y'all. Then we went home. We were listening to Ariana Grande.
Yes.
And it was just a good time. Melly Martinez, like, all the hits.
All the girly pops, all the, like, pop hits.
Yes.
Hip pops.
And we had ourselves a good little time. And now, July 17th it was July 17th, right?
Yeah.
It's forever iconic. We were going to be
Right?
doing that. It was last Friday. So, double check real quick.
The 14th?
It was the 14th?
The 14th. The 17th is a Monday.
That is hilarious. It was the 14th. The 14th is forever iconic to us.
Yeah.
Shout out to July 14th.
We'll be back next July 14th for another story.
Oh, trust. And on top of that, we will be going to that fun museum event at some point. It will happen. It will happen.
I'm pretty sure from what your friend that you like spontaneously met said that they do that every Friday.
Yeah, I heard
so
apparently it's every Friday. So
we'll be back.
yes, at some point. At some point, trust.
Yeah.
Guys, that is going to wrap up our episode. Oh my goodness, I had such a good time.
Yes. It's super exciting because this is our first time in this outside setup. I hope you guys enjoy.
Yes, it's just giving summer vibes, isn't it? And that is a wrap. Oh, wait, one more thing. Our special endpoints. I'm going to,
yes.
Oh my God. It's been a
Shit.
minute since we recorded, y'all. I'm going to be so honest.
For real.
Let me pull up my song of choice. Y'all, this is a song that basically everyone knows. It's nothing new, but it's low-key the vibe of, like, what I've been feeling. Freaking Ain't It Fun by Paramore, y'all. I just have to say that because the whole vibe of the song is like, you're an adult now, ain't it fun? But
Yeah.
it's not, is it?
But you
Is
think
it?
it is. Life
Right.
is more fun as a kid.
It is, and then you're finally an adult and you're like, okay, this is it. I mean, it's cool, but this is hard work.
Yeah.
And it's low-key how I've been feeling a little bit lately because, like, getting a job, working on getting my license, I feel a lot more grown. And the realities of, like, what life is like is kind of starting to sink in. So everyone knows that song, I know, but y'all revisit it. Revisit it. Yeah, revisit it.
For the summer vibes.
Absolutely.
So, what did I learn on TikTok this week? So, I don't know. Okay, so this is more of a niche thing for me specifically because I think back in like high school where I didn't know what career I wanted to get into, I was really interested in like interior design work. And now recently, this TikToker, what's her name? Julie Joan Designs. She is like this interior designer, and she is like she's critiquing her mentee's work online. She got permission for it, but I think it's just really cool how like professional like interior designers think a lot about a lot of details about how they balance space, use color, and use textures to decorate their homes. And there are different styles of interior designing because Julie specifically focuses on like functional space and what her client needs. But there are other interior designers who focus on like feng shui, which I forgot what the other interior designer that I know about, but he's always at the end of his video is like, and now you know. Like, I don't know if you recognize that, but he's on TikTok as well. And yeah, I think it's just really cool that there are so many styles to interior designing.
I love that. And also, I think interior design is so dope.
Yes.
Like, it is so cool. Not that my mom actually is one, but she be giving it because our house be eating. And so does my room. So maybe that's what I should get into.
Okay, Alexis. Okay, no.
But anyway, guys, that is a wrap on our first episode of this summer season. I hope you enjoyed it. I can't wait for you guys to tune in for our next episode. It's going to be a good one.
It's gonna be fun.
And little reminder, guys, any episode recommendations, shows, movies, and definitely songs, put them down below. Bye.
Bye.
That's a wrap.
Wait, that's so fun.